Hey, how you doing, folks? This is Larry of Packmasters Dog Training. In the next video, what I'm going to do, because of the circumstances we're in right now, I have some board and trains that I have to send home with clients, and normally I spend several hours with a board and train client before I let them leave my home with their dog. There's so much information to cover, and before they leave, I want the people to have just at least a very strong understanding of the most simplistic things that I need them to do to follow up what we've done with their dog. And then of course I'm going to do several follow-up lessons, a minimum of 10 hours once the dog goes back home. It's really important, guys. You have to understand, you don't train a dog in 3 weeks, you don't train a dog in 4 weeks or 5 weeks. It takes a long time. I've laid a very strong foundation down right now. Your dog is primed for learning. He understands all the things that we've done and all the things that you need them to do back at home when it comes to the obedience and, more importantly, the behavior, okay? Now it's my job to give the dog back to you, but to pass along as much information as possible. Unfortunately, because of the virus, we can't spend one-on-one time together. It's just not safe. So in the next video, I'm gonna put together very simple things that I need you guys to start working on when you get the dog back home until we can meet in person and we can continue the dog's education, okay? We're gonna cover some simple obedience on leash, with rewards, without rewards. Come, sit, down, place, all the basic stuff, okay? Very, very basic. We'll cover what to do when the dog does what you want. We'll cover what to do when the dog doesn't do what you want. Then we'll cover some of the e-collar stuff. Your dog right now is very well versed and literate with the e-collar when it's on, okay? We are in that intermittent phase. This is where we practice in 4 combinations. Right now, this work that I'm gonna have you do is more for you than it is for the dog. I don't need you to spend a ton of time working the dog outside. If you can give me 5 or 10 minutes twice a day, you're gonna make progress, I promise. If you could do more than that, great. What I do ask from you is I need 24 hours a day inside the home doing the right thing. We have to eliminate the bad habits that cause the dog to be here, if there were any, and replace them with good habits. That's the most important part, guys. That's 80% of the picture. The obedience is easy. That's maybe 20% of the picture, okay? But I'm gonna keep it very basic, very simple, and hopefully this helps you move the process forward. I just need you to understand how to keep the dog getting better and better and better, all right? And if I give you the dog back, everything I've done, if you don't do something to keep the process going, it's useless. You threw your money away. So please just commit a few minutes a day, couple times a day to the obedience, but fully commit to what you're doing inside the home, how you live with the dog, and we'll cover that stuff more in person, okay? Enjoy. What's up, Pat? Pat, come. Sit. Yes. Good. Good job. Pat, down. Yes. Good boy. Good. Pat, in place. Free dog. Good boy, buddy. Good. Pat, and come. Sit. Place. Yes. Good boy. Good. Pat, sit. Down. Good. Free dog. Good boy. Good. Pat, come. Yes. Good boy. Good. Pat, place. Free dog. Good. Pat, come. Sit. Down. Yes. Good boy. Good job. Good boy, Pat. All right. Come here, Pat. Pat, place. Come. Sit. Over. Place. Come. Pat, place. Yes. Good job. Good job. Okay, folks. So that's as simple and basic as it gets, okay? Patton's capable of a lot more, but right now, as the owner, you're not. So I need you to understand the simple communication system, the way we need to deliver the information to the dog. So come, sit, down, place, simple basic commands, right? Sometimes we were marking and rewarding, yes, and then the food comes. Let me explain the timing of that. We say Patton, we give the command. When he does it, then we say yes, and then the hand move for the food. I don't want you guys doing it all at the same time, because as humans, you want to do everything at the same time, right? But if you're moving your hand and saying yes at the same time, he's learning the movement of your body over the marker word. He already knows this stuff. Again, he knows a lot more. But this is for you, the owner, to understand how to handle him with the leash, right? So the times we didn't mark and reward. Let me go back and say, when I mark the command with a yes, that means the reward is coming. He's also free to go. He doesn't have to hold the command. When you don't hear me say yes, that means he needs to hold the position, whatever I put him in, sit, place, whatever, until I say free dog. So if you notice, I do a little movement there, walking away from him, turning my back. That's for you guys. I want you practicing simple stuff like that so you get a feel of handling him, right? Then when I think he's had it there long enough, I say free dog. He knows then he's free to break the command and do what he wants. If I put him in a command and I'm going to give a few commands in a row, well then I'm not going to mark and I'm not going to release with the free dog. For example, you saw me put him in a sit, then I wait and I say over, place, right, place, then down, and then I either mark or release. Very simple, basic stuff, guys, but you need to practice this to get comfortable with the dog, okay? He knows a lot more, but you don't. I kind of need you to get up to speed on how to handle him a little bit. Very, very simple, very basic, all right? Thanks. All right, guys, now we're here with Tibby. Now we're gonna go over some of the e-collar work we're doing right now. Again, she's already been conditioned. She's well versed in the e-collar. She understands it well. We're working in that intermittent phase, and that's where you, the owner, have to practice, okay? Along with many other things, but we're just gonna go over this one small part of her training right now, and that's you guys practicing in the intermittent phase with the e-collar. I'm gonna go over the 4 combinations, and we won't stay too long here. I just want you to have a good grasp of it. Of course, before you go home, you're gonna have a good understanding before you leave here. This video is just to help remind you so you can go back and watch. I'm using the sound box right now so you guys can hear when I'm utilizing the e-collar, okay? Let's get started. Again, we're gonna just go over very basic stuff, all right? Let's look for Tibby's working level first. I want you guys to get in the habit of doing that every time you go out to work with her in the beginning, okay? So right there, she just gave me a little movement of the head and she looked up towards me, so she feels that, okay? So that's on a number 4 on the mini educator. That's her lowest working level, right here with very minimal distractions, right? When you guys start progressing out away from your home and practicing this in the real world with real distractions, you'll have to get better at finding that working level in the real world. But I'll go over that with you guys before you leave, okay? Or as soon as I can get to see you guys when we kick this virus to the curb. All right, Tibby, let's go, mama. So first combination I'm gonna do out of the 4 in the intermittent phase, I'm gonna utilize the e-collar with the recall, and I'm going to mark and reward with food, okay? Tibby, come. Yes, good girl. Good job, Tibby. Good. So there you heard the e-collar. As soon as she turns to come my way, I mark it and I reward. The reason I mark it The second she turns to come my way is because she understands the marker word. She knows that means something good is coming. That brings speed for the recall, right? Okay. Again, no food. Tibby, come. Good. Good job. Free dog. So see, I didn't mark it, so now she holds it until I release her with the free dog. That was the e-collar with no reward. Tibby, come. Yes. Good. So there's no e-collar. I call her, she turns, I mark and reward. Good job, Tibby. Tibby, come. Free dog. No e-collar, no reward. She has to stay next to me until I release her. By the way, it's raining out here. This stinks. Thank you to my beautiful daughter, Sophia, for standing out here in the rain. But I gotta get this done for the clients, okay? Appreciate you, Sophia. Same thing with the place command. We'll utilize the e-collar with a food reward. Tibby, place. Yeah. Good job. So there, I'm utilizing the e-collar, the continuous button, when she's close. I'm not doing it from 50 yards away. Same working level. I give the command after the e-collar comes on. When she gets up there, she turns off the e-collar and produces a reward, okay? We're gonna do the same thing, but no reward this time. All right, Kitty, right here. Kitty, plate. Now she needs to hold it. If she goes to break it, I'm just gonna use some spatial pressure to fix her. I'm not gonna utilize the e-collar to punish her. There are no corrections with the e-collar at this point. Good. Free dog. So there, I made like I was walking away on purpose. She's going to pay attention to your body position, guys, your body language. That's what she's gonna cue off of. I did that on purpose so she'd think I'm walking away. This way she breaks it, and I show you. I'm not gonna hammer her or punish her with the e-collar. I didn't even go back to her working. I just fixed her. Let her know, no, that's not what I want right now, Tibby. There are no corrections with the e-collar at this point, okay? It's all about her learning the language. That's it. All right, Tibby, place. Yes. So you see there was no e-collar, we marked and reward. Now remember, it's Tibby, place, then she gets up there, I say yes, and then the hand goes for the food. We break it down because the dog understands things in small pictures. If I do everything at the same time, it's gonna cloud what she's learning, okay? Good job. Tibby, place. Free dog. Good. Good. Tibby, sit. Not sit. Yes. Good. Same thing with the hand signal, guys. We give the command and then the hand signal after. If you give the command and the hand signal at the same time, the dog's going to learn the hand signal and have trouble learning the verbal command. So we separate it. Verbal command first, then the hand signal. This way she'll learn both very, very well because she'll start to anticipate the hand signals once she starts to understand the verbal, okay? I like hand signals for all my pet dog clients and for my own too. Come here, Tibby. Sit. Good. Free dog. Good job. Come here, Tibby. Sit. Yes, good girl. Good job. Come on, Mama. Come here, Tibby. Sit. Good. Good. So see, she breaks it. Just move toward her. That's spatial pressure. That's letting her know that's not what I want right now, Tibby. We don't want you to move. Free dog. Good girl, Tibby. Good. All right. Tibby, down. Yes. Same thing with the down. Good. Come on, girl. Good job, Mama. Good job. All right, Tibby. Down. Good. Down. Free dog. Now, there's going to be people that ask, so there was no marker, no food. She has to hold it until I release her. There's going to be people that say, why didn't you punish her or correct her when she broke it? She's learning, guys. We're still teaching her. And so I'm always going to give the dog the benefit of the doubt and reward the effort. She's not doing it to be spiteful or anything. She's getting up because she thinks at that moment, right now, at this stage of her training, that's what I want. I want her to make those mistakes. The more she makes the mistakes, the more I get to show her that's not what I want. And she's going to learn that stuff very, very well. Don't be scared of the dog making mistakes. The last thing you want is to start physically punishing these dogs while they're in for training, and then they're scared to make a mistake, and you just paralyze them and shut the dog down. That's not what we want. I want her to be I want her to feel free to do what she thinks I want her to do with energy. I don't want her to be scared of making a mistake. All right, girl. Come here. Tibby, down. 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 Yes. She doesn't like the wet, by the way, either. You should have seen her go out in the grass last night when it was raining. She didn't want to pee or poop. She's very dainty. She's a lady. All right, Tibby, come on. All right, Tibby. Tibby, down. Free dog. Good. Good. Tibby, place. Yes. Good job. Good. Come on, girl. Let's go. Tibby, come. Yes. Good. Good girl. Come on, Tibby. Come on. Tibby, come. Good. Free dog. Good job, Tibby. So you see, guys, that's a quick example of what I need you to practice in the intermittent phase. Very simple, very basic. Again, she's already further than what we're doing right now, but I need you as the client to catch up to speed with your dog, whether Tibby is your dog or I'm sending this to someone else. I just want you to understand the basic, simple communication system that we're working on right now. So we're still on the same level on the e-collar. There's no corrections, there's no punishment. We're teaching her to learn. We want her to learn, okay? We're preparing her now. The way we're teaching her with the e-collar is we're preparing her for later on down the road when she's off leash if we do need it to stop her in our tracks. Because remember, this particular dog is here. The main reason, if she gets loose, she's gone. You know, she's a very driven, working hunting dog that's crazy about birds and rabbits, and she loves to run. If we don't utilize good e-collar training with her, she never gets to experience the freedom that she needs and deserves, okay? So very, very important. So for the people that still don't understand this tool, and for the people that are against this tool, what you do is you take a dog like this and you completely take away the possibility of her enjoying her life to the fullest. It's that simple, all right? Now we'll move on to the next part with another dog. Thanks. Back, sit. Walk. Back, sit. Walk. Dog. All right, guys. So you notice I brought him to a place I want him to go to the bathroom and sniff and be a dog. During the walk, I want you guys to practice changing speeds. Go real fast, go real slow, stop and have him sit. When you
Give him the sit command on the walk. Don't say sit and then stop, because what that's going to do is it's going to allow the dog to get too far ahead of you by time he understands the information, right? So if you notice, as I'm walking, I say sit and then I stop. This allows him to sit right next to me and be in good position. During the walk, I want you guys to practice different speeds, changing directions by using the right leg to turn into him, turning away from him, both ways. He has one job on the structured walk. That's to follow you guys. No sniffing, no peeing, no pooping, until you get to a place like I did right here. You stop, he sits, asks for permission, and you say free dog. Then you let him be a dog. And when you're ready, it's back to the walk, okay? Really, really important, guys. I need you working on this, at least just a little bit every day. If you could just give me a good structured walk every day and practice the things that we'll talk about in private, it's gonna make a tremendous difference, okay? Thanks.